demonstrate a one that I've already started at home, and then I'll demonstrate together here with us. So my method is this. So this is a picture that I took of the Kissing Bridge at the Vermont Country Store. If you've never been to the Vermont Country Store, you must go in October, anytime in October. But it's fabulous. So this is a picture of that I've sized down to what I wanted. I do black and white. I always keep a color photo, like in this. So I have a black and white print of this, and I edit it so that the shadow makes sense to me to be able to put on here. And then I keep a color photo so that I can also see what the shadowings are to put the pictures on, or to put the watercolor on. So this I sized specifically for this piece of wood. So we would put it on here exactly where we want it to be. And tape it. Painter's tape is the best, masking tape works. Scotch tape is not a good choice to use, but the painter's tape doesn't leave any marks. So we put it on there. Exactly, and then this does not come off until we are completely done tracing, because it's almost impossible to put it back. If we mess up and we take it off, you just kind of have to start over again. So we put it here, and then the graphite paper goes shiny side down. And I usually do it in sections, so it doesn't smudge here, and then we have to go back and sand. So, and then trace, like we were in kindergarten again. And I love it. I normally work flat like you guys are, but tonight I'm gonna do this. So we honestly just trace. And I don't trace every specific thing, like I wouldn't trace every line in here because that would take forever, and then that leaves the option for a little bit of an abstract natural appearance when we're done burning. But like the lines that mean something are the lines that get put on the wood. Right, so in this one, I'm not gonna do the background, I'm not gonna do the car. I'm probably not even gonna do the mums down here in the corner because I don't really care about them. What I want is the essence of the bridge and what that means to people that have stopped there. So that's what I want. I want the look of that. So we do that whole thing when we're very sure that we have done what we want done, and we have all the lines, and we haven't forgotten any, we haven't missed any, then we can take it off. And what I would do from here is simply use this as a reference and to be able to fill it in a way that speaks to who I am, that gives honor to who this is at the same time. So it's a good marriage of everything, like all art is. Yeah, so this will just be burned darker. This piece here is a shader. There's this size shader, and there's one that's filled in a little bit more, and that's the shading piece that I would use to make the grades on the wood. And it would end up looking really like that chair does. This would have been the piece that I would have used for that, to make it look like grades. This is more pointed, which would be for very fine lines, for polka dots, stuff like that. And then there's the shader. So it's a spoon shader that looks like that. It takes a little bit longer to use, but it's worth the end result. And then just different shapes, like a corner shape and stuff. But the primary one that I use is this one, and you just hold it like a pencil, and allow it to do its job, and it goes around corners and makes edges and stuff. It's handy. Yeah, so that's the method. Some people in the pyrography world think that we shouldn't have this and we should just freehand this, and that's fine if you're a good freehander. I'm just not. So I prefer to have the reference here. there's a lot of discussion, as there is in the art world, about AI generated arts versus art that you make with your eyes and your hands. In the pyrography world, the conversation is machines that just engrave versus this. For me, it's not an argument. For me, this is the art form, and that's a machine that engraves. So it's a little bit different, but there is a lot of discussion between both. Ultimately, this is the art form in that world. So we're gonna practice. You're gonna practice with what's in front of you. So in front of you, you have a wood round. You can turn your, if you want to do it, if you just want to watch other people do it, that's fine. But you can turn your wood burners on, and really they are very, very hot. Put the pitcher on the wood first, right? And then we're going to tape it. Okay. This just ensures that it doesn't slip, and then we have to start over. The side goes down. And then take one of the darning needles or whatever you've got in front of you, it doesn't matter.
So dependent.
How hard should we press down to trace this? Can we like really dig?
The rule in pyrography is start light, then go dark. Because you can always start light and go harder. So if you start light and it didn't even show up, then just push harder. The outline of it, you can do every little vein that the leaf has if you want to. You can make marks of where the coloring differences are. If it's a pumpkin, you can make the jack-o'-lantern face, or you can just make the pumpkin outline on there.
Oh, hey, that does work pretty well.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Reverse burn that I haven't practiced yet, but it's something that I want to, that you burn the entire surface of the wood and then you carve into it. So the picture is white. It's the color of the wood, and it's stunning, but I just haven't done it yet.
Well, Christmas tree would be pretty.
It is phenomenal. It would be phenomenal.
It'd be time consuming, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be time consuming. So once your silhouette is on the wood, then you can practice with your wood burner. When you start burning, you're gonna hold it like you write with. I just hold it like this, but kind of loose, so it can maneuver a little bit. And then what we do is take the edge, and the edge is gonna be what points to the outside, like this. So the outside of the leaf is here, and we're gonna have the edge facing the outside because that's gonna make a smoother line. And then is we're gonna move the piece as we work on it, right? The piece isn't gonna stay static.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're gonna hold the edge to the outside. Like this. Instead of doing this isn't turned out, but if we do this, it's gonna make gunk on the outside.
Oh,
So if we do,
on the inside.
we work from the inside to the outside.
And
Yeah.
turn as you go.
Yep, and then we just turn as we go. So I would turn this way, because I'm right-handed. Yep, that's what we would do.
Say hi to the YouTube audience.
Burning.
Burning.
Pyrography, yes.
Pyrography. Pyrography.
Well, I got the pyro.
Pyro and the graphy.
Did you do anything here?
Make it dark.
Is that one?
So if I'm trying to do a line, am I using
The point.
the point?
Like a paint. Like a
But if I
pencil.
did use the point, then I got it on the bottom too. Like it didn't just go.
You can use the point, or you can just make the line.
Oh, I think it's
Try
starting to
putting
heat
the whole
up
thing in
now.
and dragging it.
Imagine, okay, so if you wanted to like start this at home on your own, following your instruction here, you could probably pick up like a wood burning kit. Michael's, Hobby Lobby, somewhere like a
Yeah.
craft store, and just not spend a ton of money, but just to get started.
Yep.
And can you get wood rounds or pieces of wood? Can you order those, or can you just go to like the lumber store?
As I can.
Yeah.
So this
Do you
is a
find
birch
the
tree
wood?
from our yard.
Okay,
That
so
my
you
husband
can
cut.
use found
You can
wood.
use found wood.
You just have to
Um,
cut them. You have to
You
have a way to cut them.
And then I put little hooks in here and then hang it with whatever we want to hang it with.
Got it.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Would you recommend that anybody who wants to try this start a small scale like this, something really simple design, a small piece?
I would.
Okay.
So that's actually a really good question. So when I started doing this, I had a $10 wood burner and found scrap wood, and then I just started practicing with how deep I could put the burner, what temperature it was, what the marks looked like, and then I started with these are just free images on Google that we're using tonight. It's what I used here. We just start with that, but any kind of scrap wood you can use with a cheap burner. So really, you could start doing this art form for $20 max, and you really never have to go above that if you don't want to. Yeah, it's just what you want. But that's a good question about what kind of wood to use. So I only use wood that has not at all been treated. So we don't want to use plywood, we don't want to use any poisonous kind of wood. I won't use wood that has had any kind of paint or stain or anything on it. I just as natural a form as it is. So yeah, just found wood in my backyard. You have for ornaments, you could paint them, you could put magnets on the back of them, use them as coasters. Like my art here, I just use a clear polyurethane, just so that dust doesn't stick to it.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If you could tell yourself anything as you were starting out with this art form, one tip or trick or piece of advice, what would it be?
Start slow in every way. So have patience, practice, be okay with making a mistake and trying new things. Just embody the experience of making the art.
Fabulous. Thank you, Chrystal.
Yeah.